I wanted to remind ourselves and ponder on what's going on so far. As we all know, we're going through a major hardship, having the pandemic coming closer and closer, and it's already hit home now. And you've heard the doctor, probably in a week or two, the number is going to be doubled and tripled. And we're going to go through that accelerating phase. Now, we can slow this down by staying at home and not leave home unless we're absolutely needed to leave home. If you have to go to work, use all precautions, social distancing, minimize the hours as much as you can. If you can work from home, do your best to do so. Ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us. No one can protect us except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. What we have seen and now, being locked in your home, not being able to go to the masjid, not being able, some of us, to go to work. Some of us lost their businesses. We're cruising through in life, not thinking about all these bounties. Now, realities is here, and now we all, with our faith, believe and strengthen our faith that Allah is the one in charge. Sometimes we claim to be a superpower, we claim to be like untouchable, but then we forget the one who is in charge, the creator, مدبر الأمور القاهر فوق عباده. This is, if anything, is a reminder for us to go back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we were on that path to strengthen our faith and connect to Him more and more. How many of us from our communities, and I can hear for myself and my friends and my brothers, how many of us started thinking about dying, started thinking about their wills, started thinking about, sitting with their families and connecting back again. It is an opportunity that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you and given me to go back to Him and connect with Him and get stronger and stronger. So if this hardship, in essence, is a khair for everybody, where it makes us get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So all what we need to do is, yes, connect back and connect strongly with Allah. And remember, the only one who can remove this is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. أَمَّا يَكْشِفُ الضُّرِّ. Allah is the one who will remove this pandemic. Only Him that can do that. You can have all the armies in the world, you can have all these high rises building, you can have all these scientists, but Allah will guide us to what is best, inshaAllah. I wanted you to remember to make dhikr to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and make dhikr that the Prophet ﷺ told us, if you have any hardship, remember those words, لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك إني كنت من الظالمين. Remember what the Prophet ﷺ said, when you say بسم الله الذي لا يضر مع اسمه شيء في الأرض ولا في السماء وهو السميع العليم. Say that 3 times in the morning and 3 times in the evening, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will protect us all. Always make and seek refuge in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala from all these things. And remember, Allah is the one that we trust in, that He will remove this illness from us. وَإِذَا مَرِضْتُ فَهُوَ يَشْفِينَ. Remember when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the Prophet ﷺ told us, do good things. Listen to this hadith. It says, صَنَائِعُ الْمَعْرُوفِ تَقِي مَصَارِعَ السُّوءِ. When you do good deeds, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remove those illnesses, وَآفَات وَهَلَكَات. Those pandemics, Allah will remove it. So even though you sit at home, and even though, just think about good things to do. Think about sadaqah. Think about calling your relatives. Think about calling your brothers, your friends. Call them and check on them. See how you're doing. Wallahi, I have one of the brothers call me today, and he said, I'm just calling to check to make sure you're okay. That just puts so much happiness to my heart, that people care about each other now more than ever before. So always do. And remember, I wanted to remind you with this hadith of Qiyamul Layl. The Prophet ﷺ said, Alaykum bi Qiyamul Layl. Do the night prayer. فإنه, listen to this, دأب الصالحين قبلكم وإن قيام الليل قربة إلى الله ومنهاة عن الإثم ومطردة للداء عن الجسد. When you do qiyam al-layl, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will remove any illness from your bodies. So I and you are believe in all these that the Prophet ﷺ advised us to do. And above all, we have to remember to be patient and accept this is a qadr of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It has been the pandemic, corona, the COVID-19 has been preordained by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala before the creation of the heavens and earth, 50,000 years. There's nothing that you and I could have changed that. But all what we could do is say, oh Allah, we accept your qadr. And oh Allah, give us patience to pull through. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us all safe and make us survive this. And may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala yunajjina min hadha al-karb. Allahumma ameen. I wanted to remind you, brothers and sisters, please help your masjid. Help your masjid and help as much as you can. And remember, those are the areas that you can that you can donate. You can go online and give to the ICNA Virginia.org. This is where you can have a PayPal. It's on a PayPal on the website. Also, you can donate with Venmo at ICNA Masjid, and also with Zelle at info@icnavirginia.org, and you can make the checks payable to ICNA Masjid. I pray to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to save us again. Inshallah, we promise that we're going to have more meetings, at least online. And remember, I know you and I, we miss the masjid so much. We miss the congregation so much. We miss the Jum'ah prayer so much. But we still can do Jama'ah at home. And we can even do Jumu'ah, at least 2 to 3 that we can do that. And you can do that at home as well for the time being, since we are unable to make it to the masjid. But remember one thing of the Prophet ﷺ told us, if you are used to go to the masjid and something stop you from going, and your intention still to go to the masjid, you will still go, you will still get the same reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala as you are being in the masjid. So Allah is generous. We have those intentions to be in our masjid, but we can't because of what's going on. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give us the same reward as we are there. And the last thing I wanted to remind you and remind myself, we are in the month of Sha'ban, and we are on the 4th day of Sha'ban. And Sha'ban is the month where the deeds are reported to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. ذاك شهر يغفل الناس عنه ترفع الأعمال فيه إلى الله. As the Prophet ﷺ, our deeds are reported to Allah, and the Prophet ﷺ used to fast in Sha'ban. So I recommend to myself and to all of us reminders that we need to fast in Sha'ban and do our best, inshallah. And the last thing I want to say, I make dua, Allahumma ballighna Ramadan. You know, we have made that dua many years before, and Allah made us reach Ramadan. But this dua, Allahumma ballighna Ramadan, has a different impact in our heart, because now we live in a danger zone. We live in a critical time. We live when the pandemic is so spreading. We live when there's a death rate from 1 to 2%, it goes up to 20% or 15% or 16%. We live where when people get this virus, 15% of them, they get admitted to the hospital. And 1 or 2% of those, they may not even make it back. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala an yuballighna Ramadan. And He is capable. Huwa al-qadiru ala dhalik. Oh Allah, forgive us all. اللهم تقبل منا إنك أنت السميع العليم وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. اللهم نجنا من الكرب. اللهم نجنا من هذا الوباء ومن شر الداء ومن شر البلاء ومن سيء الأسقام برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. نعوذ بك يا ربي، نعوذ بك ربي من هذا الوباء. اللهم اشف مرضانا ومرضى المسلمين، وارحم أمواتنا وأموات المسلمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. اللهم اصرف عنا هذا البلاء. اللهم يا كاشف الضر اكشف الضر عنا برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. آخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين، وصلى الله على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. Please make sure to pass it on to our brothers and sisters to sign up to the Facebook and to the YouTube. The address for those places for the Facebook, it's an ICNA Virginia Masjid, ICNA Masjid. And also for the YouTube, ICNA Virginia Masjid as well. And don't forget the web, www.icnavirginia.org. And ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us all be safe. Follow what the doctors recommended, washing hands, social distancing, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us. ولنتضرع إلى الله اللهم آمين برحمتك يا أرحم الراحمين. And السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.